feel a legend in the charm. I think I can get a move for all night long. You like to go slow, you make me go fast, babe. But me the pressure. Last week, you know what that means. Coming up on your crew. I ain't seen. Slide, slide, and I'm here trying to get in the bed. So wanna get touched instead. And maybe show me you good. So that I know I love you, babe. What that I do.
We gotta get into some content. Some much needed content. We gotta get into some content, man. First and foremost, man, let me start this off right. Peace and blessings. You know, shout out to my kiddies and my heaties. Shout out to you and yours, you know what I'm talking about. I pray that the Most High God minimize your hardships and challenges and maximize your blessings, like, you feel me? Just want to start off by giving praise to the Most High God, because without God being a major factor or integral factor in everything that we plan to do and everything that we decide to do and all that, we ain't nothing without God. You know what I mean? Just giving to you short, simple, and sweet. So this is what I got going on, man. My partner from Tin Line, I told y'all the story about it. Nigga hit me in my eye. Showed a nigga that camera flash. Pew. You know how you get hit in your eye so hard that it's like a camera flash? One of them old school cameras when they like that. Nigga hit me in my eye hard. PJ Crib. Me taking up for my scary ass cousin Trayvon. This nigga my big cousin. I'm in elementary school taking up for this nigga. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Nigga sitting right there, you know what I mean? At the motherfucking lunch tables and all this and all that. You know what I mean? Talking to one of my partners and some females that was my girlfriends back then and all this, like, right? If I ain't mistaken, the nigga was chasing Trayvon. Or the nigga was just pressing Trayvon. He chased him, Trayvon stopped running, or however the fuck it went. Like, you feel me? It was some sucker shit on the behalf. Mike Santana, what's up, big dog? Much love and respect. It was some sucker shit on the behalf of my cousin Trayvon. Like, you feel me? Shit, I wasn't raised like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what? Nigga running, like, man, I stabbing nigga. I mean, forgive me. I would kill a motherfucker before I let a motherfucker chase me off. Boom, blam, blam, all this and all that, like, right? I may not live by that code of ethics anymore. Let me just put that out there. You know what I mean? But like I told y'all, jumping into another story, my first time, a person, I gotta be more mindful of the excessive curse words, the profanity that I be using when I be on here doing what I'm doing. So I'm trying to minimize how much I curse, right? But, you know, just telling you another story, man. I went to a school called Echo, and this dude named Anthony Villegas from Rancho San Pedro, just kept messing with me, man. And I promised my, you know what I'm saying? I grew up without a mama, so my auntie was like the first maternal figure that I ever had. So I grew up calling her mama, like, you know what I mean? I didn't have a mama. My mama was, you know, doing her thing, separate story. So I gave her I gave her my word that I was gonna be good in school. And this nigga Anthony Villegas, man, he took my kindness for weakness. He just fucking with me. Just on and on. He's just persistent, just fucking with me. And I done told him, like, hey, man, chill, brother. Today ain't the day, man. Let me just get one good day in. And he just persisted to mess with me, like, you feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, okay. You know, I'm trying to do what my auntie told me to do. Come to school and have a good day. Just have one good day for me, yay. Can you just go to school and they don't got to call me one day, just one day? If you can give me one day, I'll take you to the movies or whatever the deal was and all this and all that. So I'm trying to really show my auntie / mama that I love her. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to give my auntie one good day. And this motherfucker start throwing spit at me. So what we used to do is put spit on the tips of our fingers and talk. We was in special ed, man, so forgive me. They put me in special ed not because I had a learning disability. I just kept fighting. You feel me? I felt like I didn't have no love. I feel like didn't nobody really understand me. I feel like I ain't really had nobody. And that was expressed through aggression, right? But getting back to the story, this nigga just kept messing with me, man. So I'm like, man, because I'm giving him civility. I'm giving him respect. I'm trying to be humble. I'm trying to be peaceful. I'm just trying to give my auntie that one good day. You understand what I'm saying? Not even for the incentives. Not even for the reward, the award. Like, I ain't worried about that shit, man. My auntie, you know, she took care of me. You know what I mean? She kept a nigga flying all this and all that. You know what I mean? Polo Ralph Lauren. That's why I wear so much Polo Ralph Lauren. You know what I mean? I used to wear Polo Ralph Lauren. Chap, I told y'all the story and all this and all that. But getting back to this story, right? And I told the story before. So I said, all right, for sure, I'm gonna get this sucker. So I walk to the pencil sharpener. Man, I get that pencil sharp to a point. So I walk by, I smile at him. Oh, what you smiling at me for, fool? Ooh, but he's just going big. Now they think I'm scary. I'm like, all right, for sure. So now they calling us off for recess. So I let him go first. No, matter of fact, I don't think I let him go first. If I did let him go first, no, I don't think I let him go first. I think I stood by the exit door and I just hit him in the back with that thunder name. You feel what I'm saying? That's my first time ever. Boop. Hit him in the back with that thunder name. You feel what I'm saying? That's my first time ever. Boop. You know what I mean? Somebody. You know what I mean? There'd be a few more. You know, people and all this and all that. But getting back to the story, my scary ass cousin Trayvon Singleton and all this, he let the nigga chase him and, marking him out and all that. Like, man, fuck that. And I'm younger than Trayvon. I'm probably a year or two younger than my player partner, Dirt from Telon too. Like, you feel me? So I step up like, what's up, cuz? Like, man, this is my cousin, nigga. Whoopty whoop. I'll fight you. Or whatever the fuck I said. And that nigga, boop, hit me on my eye on PJ Crib. I'm like, ooh, cuz, this nigga hit hard. But it's go time, nigga. We squabbing on PJ Crib after school, and the nigga tell me like, yeah, I'm gonna get your ass after school. So after school, decide that the PJs leave on, which is like the south side of the school, like, you feel me? The south gate. They don't call it that, but that's what the gate is. Like, so a nigga getting ready to go home, like, man, I see all these 10 lines out here. Like, I can't be a bitch. I can't be a hoe about it. I can't be a BITCH. I can't be a HOE about it. I can't walk to Wilmington and get to the projects like that, man. I got a forward march, like, on my mama. So a nigga forward and marching and all this. I ain't know that Paul, which is cuz big brother, my big brother Holly Bump, them niggas was boys, like they was cool. He seen me like, man, little Holly, whoopty whoop and all that. That's why I got a pass on PJ Crip. But I said all that to say this. I'm bringing Dirt on. And Dirt don't got no filter. We gonna get into some gangster shit. Shit. Niggas may be offended. It may be a few Great Streets, maybe a few of my homies, maybe a few of your homies that may be offended by his authenticity and his realism, like, you feel what I'm saying? But he got some stories that I feel like is worth putting out there, man. And I want to get a brother a platform, since everybody want to kind of like blackball him and don't allow him the opportunity to come on here and express what he needs to express. Because I think what he got to express, man, it has substance to it. You feel what I'm saying? So we gonna get that interview going within the next, hopefully, in between now and the next 2 days. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Some of our schedules be conflicting and all this, but want to bring you that fire ass content, man. Now the nigga starting to work on a panel, because I told y'all what my ignorance was in regards to the 50/50 SNY EOPs and all this and all that. I didn't fully understand it to give a valid opinion about it. So I brought somebody on. I brought my player partner from an associate of the East Coast Crips, 11H. You feel what I'm saying? I brought my player partner on, and he went into great detail about what's going on these yards, how a lot of dudes get to those yards, what these yards exactly is, so on and so forth. So now what I want to do, what I want to do, since they're using this to be another weapon of division in between us, I want to create a panel and bring some dudes that was on them yards onto my platform, and also invite some dudes that's still on those GP yards onto my platform, and let's have a conversation about what's going on. What does it mean to a GP, a person that's in GP, general population? What does it mean to you when a dude, you know what I mean? I guess they call it ring the bell. When a dude ring the bell, or when a dude, drop out and he goes over there to these EOP 50/50 SNY yards. What does it mean to you? And is it any way that a person can redeem themselves and come back to the yard, or is it true? Or is it true? Does it have any validity to the statement that a lot of people are saying, when the Hispanics are saying, no, once they go over there, they can't come back over here because we gonna handle them. And I guess the white boys is joining in on this and all this and all that. They say that, once you go over there, whether you white, black, whatever, you can't come back to general population. You feel what I'm saying? So we need to have that panel, man, and let's have that discussion, because we don't need additional things to divide us as a people. Like, let's figure this shit out. Like, what's going on? Like, you know what I mean? In the way this shit is going on with the go-homes right now, pretty soon, SNY 50/50 EOP and all these type of yards is going to be the mass majority, And the people that's real and authentic and keeping it to the G code and all this and all that, them is going to be the people who are basically PCs. And what does this relationship mean for individuals behind a wall? They're building relationships with real. I probably should go right here. Oh, no, that ain't gonna work. Wait, is it, cuz? Yeah, I think I should go right here. Like, oh, these motherfuckers ain't playing today. You know what I'm talking about? Man, they gave me a motherfucking. Yeah, I ain't gonna talk about that. Because I'm fighting that bitch. And, oh, this the wrong one on PJ. I'm tripping. Fucking with y'all. See, I gotta stop fucking with y'all. Nah, I honestly gotta fuck with y'all more. Y'all some real life cool people. Like, I be politicking and getting philosophical. I don't know, it's philosophizing, sizing, philosophizing is an actual word. And I don't want nobody to, get at me the way they be getting at, old boy, like, man, you making up words and all this type of shit. Like, but recently, a content creator said he is the most exquisite talking individual, that he has the most enhanced vocabulary in our YouTube streets. I beg to differ. Um, there are some brothers that have some impressive vocabularies, most definitely. I can name a few. Bub has a very impressive vocabulary. Spider Lope, he's cool. But when it comes to the person with, an almost impeccable vocabulary, ain't nobody fucking with me. You know what I mean? My oratorical skills isn't in the same class as other content creators, and I ain't shooting shots and none of that. But if you take it as a shot, fuck it, it's a shot. Like, you feel me? I feel as of right now in these YouTube streets, in this YouTube street urban creative space, can't nobody fuck with me verbally. You know what I mean? My oratorical skills is almost impeccable. You know what I mean? And I find myself having to come on here and use certain vernacular in order for it can be more digestible to a certain demographic. You feel what I'm saying? So the individual that said that he has the most exquisite vocabulary, you couldn't have been including me in that shit, because you can't fuck with me verbally. You cannot fuck with me oratorically. You cannot fuck with me. When it comes to articulate and formulating these sesquipedalian words and all this and all that, I'm damn near in a class of my own. Like, you feel what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? It's just playful competition. It ain't nothing major. I don't want nobody gonna say, "Oh, Bobby, you shot a shot at." Now him is beefing. Like, nah, we ain't beefing. The brother said what he said, and I want to refute that and tell him that verbally, you can't fuck with me. When it comes to organizing, formulating these sentences that contain sesquipedalian words, I am in a league of my own at this point. But if anybody would like to learn new neologisms, you can go right over there to my page, Words with Bobby Ye, and I'm gonna invest in that a little bit more and give you one neologism a day. A neologism is a new word or a new corn phrase. You feel what I'm saying? Um, I hit you on right now. A very basic word: ameliorate. AME. I think I already gave y'all this one before. AMELIORATE. 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 It means to make better. It means to improve the conditions of. It means to advance. You feel what I'm saying? So if you want to ameliorate your vocabulary, go on over there and subscribe to my other page, Words with Bobby Ye, and I will give you a neologism a day. I will put it in the correct context so that you can understand it. I will use it in a sentence. I will do everything that's required for you to incorporate these neologisms, these new words into your vocabulary. So when you're talking to certain individuals, you can talk like you got a little sense, and people will pay more attention to the things that you are saying. You know what I mean? And when you learn how to use words to your advantage, when you become a manipulator of words. I'm not fully a master of words, so I'm not gonna claim that. You feel what I'm saying? Um, but when you know how to use words to your advantage, you're less inclined to be violent and want to kill people, shoot people, because once you know how to use words, you know how to effectively communicate. You know what I mean? Those who are undereducated, their form of communication that they are more inclined to. God, well, now why would you do that, brother? Now why would you do that and put all of our safety at jeopardy? But getting back to what I was saying, yeah, I wanna getting back to what I was saying at first. You know what I mean? I didn't deviated and went here and digressed and went over there, and I done went everywhere. But bringing it back, let's bring it back. I want to give these brothers a platform to come and create a panel, and let's talk about what does EOPSNY um 50/50 mean to them, and is it a chance for redemption for individuals that go on the shore, or is what the Sureños and the white boys, or what the Mexicans and the white boys say law? Is that final? Once a dude go over there, he can't come back over there. Some dudes, man, that stumped down stand up soldiers that got in there and couldn't cope with that time, or they got some bad news about a passing in their family. They femaled in what they call fagged off, you feel what I'm saying, or sagged off, and when it started doing her thing and stopped writing, stopped supporting, stopped visiting and all that, and that level of mental pressure they couldn't stand up to. So they started doing crystal methamphetamine or doing heroin, and they got in a debt that was over their head, or they did the crystal, they got paranoid, or they then smoked the spikes and they got naked on the yard. They did some crazy shit to where dudes tell them you gotta go, or to where they get to a point and said I gotta go, but he ain't grape take off the G. He ain't grape no kids. You feel what I'm saying? He ain't molest nobody. He ain't take nothing of value from a woman. He didn't snitch on nobody. Is he not still a good person, or because he had a moment of weakness and he ingested these drugs, and these drugs got him tripping and all this and all that? That makes him bad? There's no way that this brother can redeem himself and come back to general population and all that, because it's gonna get to a point to where some of the brothers on GP, they numbers is gonna be so short. They gonna need them brothers down there that's building these relationships and making these connections and all that to potentially, be of aid and assistance to them. Like, you know what I mean? And how does these EOP 50/50 SNY yards, how are they going to affect the street politics? When you got all these dropouts, and some of these dropouts, they're not with the political racism. They're not with the indoctrinations of racism and black people are inferior, so on and so forth. They embracing blacks. They're creating gangs. They're creating cliques and all this and all that with black members in it. So it's only a matter of time before those individuals come to the streets and start having some influence on the streets. And a lot of these other young Hispanics, like, you know what? I don't want to be up under a dictatorship. I want to be free to do this and free to do this, and I want to do this and I want to do that. You already see that there's a high percentage of young Latino individuals who are joining Crip and Blood gangs and not the traditional Mexican gangs. So if y'all not recruiting, because a lot of these youngsters want to be Crips and Bloods, and they're joining the ranks of Crips and Bloods, and if over 40% of your members then unsubscribe and says, you know what, I don't want to be a Sureño no more. I don't want to be this. I don't want to be that. I want to be cool with the blacks. And they go on these 50/50 yards and they start creating these friendships and whatnot with blacks. When they come to the streets and they got this gang that they're representing and all this and all that, you don't think some of these youngsters ain't gonna be entertained by that shit and say, you know what, I want to be down with that. I don't want to be down with that. I mean, it's something to think about. Fam West TV, what's the dinner now, man? Lil PG, top of the AM, man. Mike Santana says they put you in a behavior class. Nah, they put me in certified special ed. Patrick Smith, heard, what's the deal, Hitty? Nah, they put me in certified bona fide special ed. Motherfucker, man, listen, man, I got the EKO, Echo Multi-Purpose Center. Boy, was I in for a rude awakening, man. I got in it, man, I'm in that class, motherfuckers trying to bite their ears and motherfuckers doing all type of crazy shit. I'm like, boy, what did I get myself into? But not knowing that my family or my auntie went with that narrative of me, having whatever they said that I was. No, they said I was SLD. They said I had a slow learning disability. But man, I've been learning fast all my life. You know what I mean? I've always been an A and B student, even before special ed. You know what I mean? They misdiagnose you in order for you to fit into that equation. Like, but boy, oh boy. My auntie was cool with it because they was gonna try to put a nigga on SSI and all this and all that, but it ain't work out for him. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I got to that class, man. Some dudes, man, peeing on themselves. Some dudes trying to bite their ears and shit in class. Man, it was this nigga named Vernon. Man, this nigga Vernon was tripping. When he first came to the school, man, the nigga thinking Vernon cool. Like, yeah, Vernon's a cool nigga. And Vernon, for some reason, took a liking to a nigga, wanted to hang with a nigga and all this and all that. But then crazy waves start coming out. So I had to distance myself from Vernon. Like, hey, man, you know what I mean? You know, I'm going to chill over here and play with Crystal and, you know, my partner J-Rock. That was Jerry Jordan. My nigga Jerry Jordan from Miller Gangsta Bloods. Like, man, I'm going to chill with Jerry and all. That nigga started tripping. That nigga started spitting in the sky, trying to spitting on his face. Like, what the fuck wrong with this nigga? Like, oh, PJ, like, what's wrong with you, my nigga? Oh, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna fucking kill you, Bobby. Oh, and I'm like, what the fuck? I like, listen, my nigga, stay far away from me. I told the teacher, I forgot what her name was. I told the teacher, I say, listen, if this motherfucker run up on me, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of it. You know what I mean? And he said, no, you're not. And he charged at me, man. I start boop, bop, boop, bop, boop, bop. Man, I start, man, putting hands, feet, knees, elbows on him, man. The nigga kind of had me kind of scared. Like, man, I never seen that level of transformation to where a dude is cool and then he wasn't cool. And when he wasn't cool, it was like, dude, why ain't you cool? Like, what's wrong with you? Man, this dude started slapping himself, punching himself. I'm like, oh, hell no. I'm really, really in a mental, man, listen, man. EKO, man, that school, man, homie. That school was crazy. That school was crazy. They used to beat the shit out of us at that school too. Mr. Martin Jr., oh man, they used to be beating our ass. It was this one sadistic, crazy, sick motherfucker named Mr. Raspberry. That motherfucker took pleasure in beating us up and busting our nose and choking us out and like all this old crazy ass shit. Cuz Echo Multi-Purpose Center. Man, that school, man, homie, that's why I don't like school, going to that school. Then the school I went to after that, New West Technical Academy, man, this motherfucker was like the teacher from Mr. Clark. This nigga had a gun on him at all times. This nigga had a shotgun, Mr. Manley. He was fucking all the females, 200, 300. Be blessed. It's your player partner, man. Look out for this interview and conversation with my nigga Dirt from 10 Line. Y'all be blessed.